Good morning, everybody, and welcome. What day is this? Day three. Day three in the deep tissue course, and this is not deep tissue, but we call it that, like I said. And then they'll be going on to the non-surgical. 7 days of deep tissue, and then 4 days of non-surgical. And our next course is in San Antonio, Texas, but you can check it at itioh.com if you're interested in bringing your family, bringing a loved one, getting a personal treatment and training, or getting certified. And if you're looking for a practitioner in your area, just give us a call and let us know. We will be getting a practitioner page up at some point in the new year. So here's the deal. Family is everything, but not until you're everything. And I'm telling you that. You can't give what you're not. Does anybody get that yet?
Absolutely.
But I'll tell you what you are giving. You're giving dysfunction to all your family until you're totally functionable. Now, you can't be totally functionable until you honor 100% your spirit. Oh, what would that mean? That would mean that you would have to embrace total self-love. Oh, what would that mean? For some, that means you're a sinner, because that's a sin to do that, to totally love yourself, respect yourself, honor yourself. Don't tell me I'm wrong, because I know I'm right. I deal with it all the time when people come here. There's people I won't even mention it to. I've got people right now coming to me this week that I would not mention that to because they couldn't even digest it. So why would I give them something that's going to get caught in their throat or caught in their stomach and make them want to throw it back up or throw it back up at me? That's how far we are. You know, we have left instinct. We've given instinct up for artificial intelligence. We have given up loving ourselves, okay, for a system that says that you have to allow people to take knives to you, drugs, poison to you. You know what? I mean, like I said, you can't go anywhere and not be poisoned today, right? So that's not what we're here to talk about. First, I want to talk about something. I want to talk about how effective this clinic is. I want to talk about how powerful my therapy is and how powerful I am. And you know, I'm allowed to say that. I don't care if that upsets people. I'm powerful and I need to be powerful. If I'm going to be a practitioner, I need to be powerful. I need to love myself enough to respect myself and honor myself and know that I'm not going to get everybody well because it's up to the individual. But if I don't teach somebody that they're allowed to totally love themselves, respect themselves, and honor themselves, how long will that therapy last? Until they go home. Because guess what? They're going to go home to people that don't honor, respect, and love themselves. So are they going to hold the line? So I've got 3 families here right now. Let's talk about those 3 families today. And guess what? I'll talk about what's now. I'm not going to talk about glory stories from even 6 weeks ago. I'm not talking about glory stories from even 6 days ago. I'm going to talk about what I did in the last 2 days since you've been here. So how many witnesses do I have that this really went down? So I've got one girl that comes, her father and her, we have people that come from all over the world. Everybody knows that. They come and they stay here. So we got one family that just came in, and they came in when? They came in yesterday. So they've been here only since yesterday at 1 o'clock. From 1 o'clock, and they drove 12 hours to get here. Because why? Because she tried to kill herself last week. Okay? Because they heard that I deal with a lot of suicides or attempted suicides, and I deal with a lot of people who have had suicides in their family to get everybody back on track so they don't feel like killing themselves too. So, 1 o'clock, worked on her, did some talking, played with it a while. By 8 o'clock, okay, I got the oxys out of her pocket. So her family doesn't know that, you know, and yesterday she goes, yeah, you know what, I keep thinking about rape, and, but I wasn't raped, but I keep thinking about it. This is confusing because, you know, because a lot of women that do want to kill themselves have been raped and repeatedly raped. And I'm going, this isn't making sense. There's something not here. All right, then I knew what it had to be. So the whole time she's been lying to her family and she's trying to lie to me. So by 8 o'clock we get the oxys out of her pocket. And so she's been snorting oxys. So in the middle of the day she tells me, yeah, so I'm going to go back and see my doctor because he's going to break my nose. Because my nose, there's something wrong in it, and he said he would break it. And this is the same doctor that prescribed the oxys for her a year ago, and her family doesn't know she's on oxys, and she's snorting them. So anyways, now, so the other day, we already know that antidepressants make you somebody else, something else. We already know that antidepressants will actually change you and they make you into somebody else. So then you take on a new identity, which means you have a new entity inside of you that says, hey, you're unworthy. No one loves you. Why don't you just kill yourself? And that's what happened to her. So now they're going to come back in here this afternoon, and so the story goes. So the father, I go and she didn't want to tell him when I discovered this. And I said, look, right now you're thinking you made a mistake by letting the cat out of the bag. But the reality is you would probably be dead or on the street. And if you want, I'll take you down to Leon Street down here in town. And even this time of night, we'll find 75 people that were on antidepressants that now live on the street downtown. If you want, we'll take a drive right now. No. And I go, okay, well then I'm going to tell your father, and I'm going to tell him in a way that he's going to understand that you got prescribed by a medical doctor, prescribed her for this, right? Now, do you know why he gave it to her? Tonsillectomy. 18-year-old, and he gave her oxys because of a tonsillectomy, and I hope everybody knows that it's refined heroin. That's what it is. So now she's on heroin. She's 18 years old. It's not her fault. And I said, it's not your fault, and you got to understand that. So even after I got the father up, she's lying to us. So now we're here another hour and a half, but I have to be patient. And meanwhile, I only started at 6 yesterday morning, went straight through. Did you see my day yesterday? Okay. No human can do that. Oh yeah, I can. Why? Because what did I tell you this morning? That we are going to find inner peace in chaos. And we're going to hold the line, and we're going to hold the place. Now she's going to get well. There's another person not lost. Okay, let's move on to another case. So now we've got another case. This family comes, and it's the mother. So here's the deal. Along the way, when you raise kids, and you have a few kids, I think she has 7. And I think that what happens is, if you have too many kids, you can lose yourself, right? Because you got to give up parts of yourself, a lot of yourself. So now she's on antidepressants. So, but not just that. I just told her in the room, I went in the room, I said, I love you, but understand something. If you're going to continually keep complaining, because yesterday she came in, and you can go and talk to her when she comes out, all of you if you want, go ask her. She has not had a glass of water for 7 years. Well, if you don't like plants, what should you do? Don't water them. So understand, but I can't talk to her like that. I told we have to have an emotional consultation. It's going to take me 2 hours, and I'm going to go in, and we're going to unravel this thing. But I told her, I said, it's this way. Her daughter's sitting right there, and I said, look, if your mother starts complaining today about how tired she is, she goes, I'm getting tingling in my face. Well, anyways, I just want to say this. I worked for 1 hour, not 1 hour. I worked for about 40 minutes, just this area right here. Guess what? It was totally calcified. It was totally scar tissue, right? So guess what happened when I worked on her for 1 hour right here? They were here for 4 hours, and go ask her. I had to drink a gallon of water. Are we done yet? Are we done yet? Is the end of the world now, or do you want to put it off for a bit? So the reality is that the mother is not getting the love somehow that she needed. But putting it out, she's an empty shell. So now the only thing that she has left is to get sick, to get the attention we need, because love is oxygen. Is she a bad woman? No, God love her. We all fall into these personality defects, and it's my job to make sure that I give her a chance to find herself and to rise again. All right? So now let's talk about another case. These are all here right now, and we've got all you guys, and how are we handling it? How's my staff handling it? Like that, because we got this. I don't allow staff to have a nervous breakdown, because there's more in you. You've got to find that inner strength. Lindsay, right or wrong?
Right.
Right. If you need a nervous breakdown, take the day off.
Yep.
And then get your act together and understand that God created you, and that God does not create junk. Stop acting like the world wants you to act. Stop limiting yourself when you're unlimited, John. Okay, so anyway, so now she comes, she looks 12 months pregnant. She's got peritoneal cancer. Water retentions like this. I'm not exaggerating. This was 3 days ago. They came here. So she's this big. Guess how big she is now? Why don't you look at her when she comes in this afternoon? You can't tell she has a tummy.
Sure, it's loose.
So anyways, yeah. And the doctor said, well, we can't do anything about that. She has a therapist in Alberta that couldn't make it move. So in 3 days, we took peritoneal cancer. It's not gone, but it could go if they get the right support. Now, people are not going to get the right support because most practitioners don't do what we do. And we are whole body healers. Most of them just use the name. You can't be a whole body healer unless your whole body's been healed by you. Did you heal your whole body yet? If you haven't healed your whole body yet, you're not a whole body healer. I'm a whole body healer, and I'm allowed to say it because I'll prove it, because I give a money back guarantee when people come. Why do I give a money back guarantee? Because I'm trying to tell everybody that you can do this. It doesn't matter who you are. I don't care if you're 8 years old or 80 years old. And the 8 years old is going to grab onto this faster because they still have their spirit. Okay, so now, is she out of the woods? Are all these people out of the woods? I don't know. Are they going to go back into the woods? Are they going to go back to their old personality to create their same old reality? Or are they going to just say, I trust you, Dr. Wolfe. I trust that you're right. And then is the family going to hold the line for them? Now remember, the rest of the family are still eating the same way that all three of these people have made themselves sick. They're all doing it. And nobody in any of these families is thinking, wow, I should probably change. She did this, what she did, I do. But none of them are going to think that. That's how dumbed down we are. We actually think the disease is something you step into, or a disease is something that I'm cursed by God. I've lost my faith. No, it's something you create. You have to work really hard to be sick. You don't understand. I mean, that takes a lot of work. I mean, come on, Ace. You couldn't even smile because your cheeks hurt. That's how much you used to smile. You didn't smile. Well, yeah, of course. If you don't do something, it's going to be so stiff that you can't do it. So everything new is going to be awkward. So guess what? You need to have patience with yourself. And if you don't have patience with yourself, then you're never going to help your patients. Did you get that? And if you don't want to make your patients practitioners because you're so fearful because you've never had enough money, and I never will have enough money. There's not enough to go around. It's competitive out there. I'll tell you something right now. Facebook, Instagram, show me some competition. I want the rest of the practitioners out there to make me feel like I even have to compete. That's when life is exciting. That's when life is exciting. So this is what we do here. It's one thing to open your mouth, Daryl. It's another thing to follow through. So anyways, I just want to say to that person yesterday, I have a staff here, and when they type stuff in for me, because I can't do everything, you do know that if you're around 20 years old, you can't spell. You do know that, don't you? So when I've got staff helping me and they misspell, and you come on my Facebook and you tell me that I can't spell, so I'm not a practitioner, I'm telling you that I will take anybody's patients that can't get well, and I will, anybody wants to challenge me, I will put it on Facebook, and I will show you that we can get that patient well, because we're going to tap into that patient's inner soul, inner spirit, and we're going to unleash it. That's the power of God. So the next time you want to say that I'm a fake practitioner, or you want to say, you know what, because my guy spelt something wrong, that, you know what, I hope that you heal the sick, S-I-C. You want to do that? Don't come on my Facebook. Next time I'll block you. Okay? All right? I give everything I got. I've got a show I give for free, Q&As I give for free. I've got a library I give for free. I give more information than any other practitioner, and truthful information. So I will not put up with being disrespected. If you want to tell me something that I need to grow in, I want you to do it. I need to grow. The only way I can help people is I have to grow. There's no ego in me, but I will tell you something. I've got courage. And I will come up against more than just this. So don't come on my Facebook and banter me. I haven't got time for you. And my people say, leave it on there, because then you can have people who believe in you protect you. I don't need their protection. I'm here to protect them. Have a good day. Take care.